Cool. Welcome, ladies and germs. I'm just trying to... Okay, yeah, for some reason the stream didn't show us started on YouTube, but now it is started. Let me start with a question. Do you know Simone Biles' husband? Because I do think that's an important question. So I did put that in the chat as a poll. I do apologize for the 15-minute delay, but I'm going to put that in the chat. She better call Whole Man Disposal Service. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's be nice. There. Let's be nice, guys. Let's be nice. My lips look glossy, but I promise it's Vaseline. It's not lip gloss. Not that I would care if it is lip gloss, but it's Vaseline. Yeah, I didn't make it to the y'all know I like to slather my face in Vaseline after putting on whatever moisturizers and sunscreens I have. But I didn't make it to the whole face yet. We just got to the lips, but I didn't realize it until now. The way the light is hitting my bottom lip is making it particularly glossy, and just it's out there. It's out there. So we're gonna own it. Where it doesn't you make it, it doesn't make you. It doesn't define you, Petty. Welcome, D Nice. Welcome, Hey You. Yeah, you made one. Welcome, Chrissy. Sibster. Define no. Yes, the question is, do you know Simone Biles' husband? If y'all haven't voted already, that is in the chat. I would like you guys to vote on it. Be sure also to leave a like on the video on your way in, or a dislike. I don't care. I hate you. If you do dislike it, just know I don't like you. We don't have to like each other. It's fine. But please do engage, because I do think this conversation is important and would like it to be interacted with and hopefully picked up by the algorithm. But also, if you'd like to wait to the end to make sure you like the video before you like the video, that's fine too. So before we get into the main topic, I just want to say this is not going to be a drag fest. That didn't sound right. This isn't going to be a drag session. So like, I don't know why people have this idea that I just get on the internet to drag men. I think it's completely okay if your wife is like outperforming you. I wish people would just openly say that more. My wife is outperforming me. I don't know why people are ashamed to say that. There's nothing wrong with being outperformed. In my opinion, like, there's nothing wrong with that. So no, we don't drag over here. I just want to look at what I believe is the truth and present that to you all. No pettiness, no games, no jokes. Oops. I forgot that was my my picture. Apologies. I meant to go off screen, but I forgot. It's okay. Nobody saw. Probably nobody saw it. It's fine. But hello, everybody. Okay, we have a couple people in now. Your lip gloss is popping. So I see I'm going to get that comment throughout the video. Please do go back to the beginning and listen to my explanation. Oh, wait, it's her husband? I thought it said Simone's Biles. Yes, it's her husband. She's actually married, which I recently learned after a podcast I saw on TikTok, and then that I continued to watch in full on YouTube. We're not going to play the full podcast because, you know, for copyright reasons, but we will play a little bit of it. We will play a little bit of it. But before we play some of it, this is what I think we need to do. This is what I think we need to do. Where is it? Because there was something important that I saw. I saw a video from Themis that actually piqued my interest this morning. This is not on the agenda, but we'll go through it anyway. This is not on the agenda, but we will go through it because I do think this is very important. So this video just happened to come up in my feed. It is from a year ago, but let's just listen to it. Please ignore whatever Themis has done to this video. He's a video person, not like a video editor. So we do have to lower our standard, at least in this regard. It's fine.
Why do we do this? Week in and week out, we all act like we some damn scholar academics who are well trained and just pulling up stats and data and statistics. Like, we can't go outside and see shit with our own eyes or ask people and get. I hear you with the anecdotal. I'm with you. I got plenty of anecdotal. When I talk to my young bloods, I literally talk to them from a lot of anecdotal, because I done been through this shit and I don't want y'all to go through it. What I don't understand, what's been proven time after time for the last 2-3 weeks, what the fuck are we doing, fam? If we not having a conversation, letting the person finish their sentence, I disagree with you. You know, do you have the data to support? No. Okay, I don't agree with the shit if you ain't got the data. Cool. But real life will show your ass something real different real quick. Facts.
Facts. Well, you can't say facts after you say, I don't care about the facts. I only care about my personal opinion. But he said facts. I don't care about that at all. What I care about is, why is my co-star, let me see if I can zoom in. Won't he do it? He won't let us. He won't let us zoom in. Nope. He will not let us zoom in. It's fine. So the internet's not letting me zoom in. That's fine. But I saw Kay here. Kay was just sitting there being feminine, fit, friendly, all that good stuff. Looking gorgeous. The rest of the panel on the top particularly, don't know them, don't know that show, but they were not giving what Kay was giving. So yes, I just, right? Kay just sitting there. She's so feminine, you didn't even notice. You didn't even notice. And it was upsetting because I think I remember going to the comments on that video and everybody just, like, the full video, not just the clip, but everybody's like, on that side of YouTube, people are like, Kay is masculine and she's manly or something, which I don't understand, because all I ever see Kay doing is like sitting, being pretty, feminine, fit, and friendly, or whatever they say they like. So I don't understand their critique. Yeah, I don't understand that. Now we can watch this meme. This is also unrelated, but it came up next.
Head back home now. Bumbo clot, pussy clot, ras clot, me bumbo clot, me pussy clot, look yo, me bumbo clot, me park up for a little while there. Me park up for a little while there, cause Jaja me out down me mouth. Me blood clot, me out down me mouth. Me blood clot. Let me park up a little bit there. Me bumbo clot. Let me park a little bit. Jesus Christ. Me blood clot. Yo, hey.
How do you get mad 15 times within the same 30-second video? Y'all, I don't understand anything he said. I had my Jamaican friend explain to me. I had her give me the play-by-play translation and breakdown, y'all. It's funny, trust me. I'm not going to decode it here for you, but just know it is funny what he's saying. It is funny. So before we get into the actual content of the video, I did want to make a public announcement. Maybe that wasn't the best video to lead into this, because I do think this is serious. That video was not serious at all. I remember when we adopted Kay, Themis was like, who is this woman? We need her on the show. Yeah, that clip I just showed was from a year ago. So, well, not that one, but the one before that one. Thought he was going to lose his life, pulled over so he could grab his chest, and every clot. So anyway, since our monetization dreams are over, be sure to leave a like on your way in. But yes, I did want to give a quick reminder. I am an ally to the LGBT community. I did notice an increase in traffic to the channel lately, and I want to be sure we are all on the same page. I don't do slander towards gay men or lesbian women or bisexual, trans, non binary people. And outside of calling out some hypocrisies that I personally have noticed in modern dating, I actually don't have an issue with men who want to step into feminine roles or women who want to step into masculine roles in their relationship. We'll be talking about that a little bit because for example, being out earned by your partner. We're going to see some themes of that in this conversation about Simone Biles today. I don't necessarily have issues with people stepping out of their roles and wanting to be like, if Simone Biles' husband wants to be feminine, fit, and friendly, and like he's the prize, like who cares? I don't care. We're just going to talk about it. That's all. But I'm actually okay with people who want to step outside of their gender roles. So and nothing happened, by the way, to prompt this. There was just I did a poll in my community. And I thought like 10% of y'all were gay, and y'all said it's like 50 to 75%. Y'all said kind of gay. I put that as an option on the poll, but it was a trap. Y'all just didn't know it yet. I got y'all. Because I don't know what kind of gay or kind of lesbian is, but I'm assuming y'all are on the spectrum. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I did want to make sure, since a lot more traffic is coming in and more people watching the channel, y'all don't get like surprised 6 months down the line when you find out that I don't like hate gay people. So, or something weird like that. Yeah. Because I got an interesting comment on one of my more recent videos. I wish I had have screenshotted it before deleting, but it's too late now. How is that a poll? I just asked, are y'all... The poll was, let me pull up the poll actually, so y'all don't think I'm crazy. I was like, would you consider yourself gay, kind of gay, not at all gay, lesbian, kind of lesbian, not at all lesbian? It was a lot of kindness. That was interesting to me. A lot of kindness. And to be honest, I don't know what kind of gay is. I just put it on there to see who would vote it. A lot of people did. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, y'all know we don't bash people over here. We never bash people over here. What is Kay's page name? Let me... I'm looking for it now because her YouTube name, I think, is a little different. Actually, I'll just ask her to send it to me in the IdGab chat. Because y'all need to know about the KA show. Oh, you know what? She comments in the IdGab chat. Let me go to the IdGab chat. IdGab. Well, I can't find her page name, but I think it's either KA or the KA show. But I don't think she posts on YouTube like that. I think she mostly maybe Instagram. Oh, I found it. It is at the KA show. Yeah, so it is at the KA show. She is subscribed to Themis and Thoth, but she is not subscribed to me. Don't know what that's about. We'll make it a problem. We'll start a public beef. That's what we're gonna do, because I'm not in the subscriptions tab. Who is Sabine Hassenfielder? Don't know her, never heard of her. But yes, that's Kay's show. So I'll link it, I guess, in the description, but I don't think she posts on YouTube. She just has that to twerk in the IdGap chat. All right. Now we can actually get into the substance. We can actually get into the substance of the memes, not the video yet, the memes. Let's see something that I looked at currently. This isn't a meme, by the way.
Rather date someone out of your league or below your league?
Oh my God, out of my league for sure. I gotta shoot high. Always shoot high.
I guarantee every guy says this, by the way. Every guy wants someone out of their league.
Below my league. I think out of my league, you feel very insecure the whole time and just think that you're not good enough.
Oh, out of your league, definitely. I'm the winner in that scenario.
League. Below, 100%. Really? Why?
I don't know. My mom just always said that, like, you should just have, like, it's just better to know that, like, you're secure and, like, you just love them. But, like, my boyfriend now, it's like, he's just the best. And, like, we're just equals.
Love it. Good save.
Out of my league, for sure. Yeah, I can handle that. It's all good.
Out of my league.
I told you all the guys are going to say this.
So that was certainly interesting. The women seem to be saying if I date someone out my league, that might lead to insecurity and stuff. Prefer someone on my level, ideally. But that wasn't the question. Do you want someone on your level or out of your league? It was below or above, so they chose below. And the men were saying out of my league, obviously, because that's a good deal for me. So, oops, not the first comment, Mr. Simone Biles. The first comment is Mr. Simone Biles is a prime case study. Second comment says, I just want the confidence of a mediocre man. That's actually really interesting because I really, really want to get into a book that I'm looking at regarding a Black woman who describes her interaction in the workplace being someone who's extremely educated and who has a robust history in that field of employment. So like excellent credentials and experience. And she says the mediocre white men at her job get paid more, get promoted more, are looked at with better accolades, even when she outperforms them. So maybe y'all should have the confidence of a mediocre man. I don't know if that will help based on the book I read, but maybe. Out of their league, then complain that she's high maintenance. Oop. See, Mr. Simone Biles. Okay, look, I'm not about to sit here and let y'all talk down on this man. And that brings us actually to the purpose of this live stream. The purpose of this live stream today is looking at Simone Biles' husband's credentials, basically, because I feel like too many people are just coming out here and saying he's not on her level and he has nothing going for him and she is Simone Biles. Why are they together? Obviously, he's jealous or insecure, right? And y'all know we don't shame men. So what we were going to do is look at Mr. Simone Biles' credentials so that we can determine for ourselves whether or not there's some type of imbalance there. Does that make sense? So without further ado, I'll play my intro. Sorry for the lack of memes, but I'll play my intro and then we can look at the clip where he does what he does and says what he says. So Simone Biles' husband, and I'm going to continue to refer to this unknown man as Simone Biles' husband because I don't know who he is actually. But we're going to look into it today. That's what we're going to do. We're going to find out who's the prize, Simone Biles or her husband, whose name we still do not know yet. So let's look into this clip that I'm sure you all have seen circulating.
Feel like every step of the way, you know, like
Let's talk about buffering. And let's talk about why the internet doesn't want me to be great. Can we do that? There is an agenda going on. YouTube doesn't want you to see this. That must mean it is extremely important. That's what that has to mean.
the moment
Honestly, don't get into no long shit, bro. I gotta ask you, man. God damn, y'all boys.
Okay, while that buffers, let's get to know each other. How's everyone doing in the chat? Is everyone okay? Is everybody having a good time? Is everybody ready for Christmas? I'm not good at small talk, but I'm trying. So, excuse me. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that the poll was still up. 54 of you voted. There are 59 of you in here, and 93% of you said no, you don't know Simone Biles' husband. So that's not quite making sense to me, because when I looked at the interview, I haven't looked at his credentials yet, but I plan to on this live stream together with you guys. He was saying that he is the prize, basically. He's the catch. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with stepping in your feminine. I support it. But I don't understand how you all in the comments haven't heard of Simone Biles' husband. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Y'all haven't heard of Simone Biles' husband? Really? In all of his accomplishments and achievements? That's a little suspicious to me. So I'm going to end that poll, because I believe y'all are just lying or bitter or something. That's because that's what I've heard too. I've heard that people are commenting on their marriage, and the people commenting are bitter. I have heard that. And that's what I hear a lot of times when there's a bad marriage, particularly going on, and people make comments on that bad marriage. Remember last week we looked at the guy who his wife made those really amazing wedding vows about how much she loves and appreciates him and how they're soulmates and will always be together. And his wedding vows was like, keep my balls empty and my stomach full, in front of his mom, her extended family, his extended family, like everybody. Yep, this is my sex toy, basically. That's why I got married. Like, remember that? And then we were in the comments like, yeah, no, that's no. And she clapped back and she was like, y'all are just bitter because y'all don't have a man. And in my mind, I'm like, is that a flex? Is that really a flex? But yeah, that was some of the commentary. But enough stalling. Let's see if this video is done buffering. That's what I want to see.
You feel like every step of the way. You know, like the moment.
Honestly, don't get into no long shit, bro. I gotta ask you, man. God damn, y'all boys scared, bro. As us pretty red dimes as we are.
Okay, pretty Redbone, or whatever he said. I didn't know Redbone was like I didn't know it could be used in a masculine way. So I'm just pausing out of shock, not because I just disagreed with anything they said. If they feel beautiful, who am I? Who am I? Who am I to tell somebody how they feel? So, yeah.
How in the hell did you pull Simone Biles? And I love this football talk, bro.
Oh, I did not see that. Hold up. I must have completely missed this. I have watched this clip, but I must have completely missed this. I didn't realize she was in the room with them, actually. I did not realize that. Sorry, I'll stop pausing. That caught me off guard. I was like, oh, she's right. Like the idea of there's research to indicate that men want to impress other men and not their wife, right? Not like their woman that they're actually partnered with. There's research to suggest that, at least in my interpretation. So I would expect men to like go out amongst their friend and like, y'all know there's a whole culture around, I hate my wife. My wife sucks. Oh my God. I'd rather be with the guys, hanging out with the guys, right? A very type of homoerotic culture. To be so bold to be right in front of your wife is wild. She's happy she's picked. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. I do want us to remember to have grace. Kiki Palmer was defending a man who allegedly was abusing her. I'm only saying allegedly because the court case isn't done yet. But I saw what I saw on them videotapes. So sometimes victims might behave in ways that can be frustrating, and I hope we have like enough maturity to give them grace, and hopefully focus on the man in the situation. Even though Simone had a clapback for us. That's what she had. No, I didn't say you called her a pygmy. I'm just saying I want us to have some grace for Simone, because she didn't have grace for us, but we're gonna have some for her.
I gotta get to him. I'm over here rubbing my knees trying to answer.
Hey, Chad, I wanted to tell him he's talking about being looked over. Now, when the right people look at you,
so
you know what I'm saying?
How did you do that, bro?
Man, it's really how she pulled me, man. That's the question.
Oh,
man.
Lord Jesus. Now you with Freddie. Now it's back. now you
listen, I'm gonna tell you organic story, man. So I just got to Houston. I probably have been to Houston 7 months.
I'm so upset, y'all. Like, we can't make it through a 3-minute video without the little spinning circle in the middle. That's so upsetting to me. What did I do to deserve this? I feel like I should reset the internet, but then the stream would pause. What do you guys think? Should I reset the internet? Give me a 1 if I should, or a 2 if I shouldn't. I just paused because the refrigerator started making some noise like it was coughing, like a car cranking up or something. I don't know what that means, but she's working extra hard, so I commend her. Okay, nobody's saying 1 that I can see, so we can continue. No, we can't continue. It actually won't let us. What is it about this video that YouTube doesn't want us to see? That's confusing me, and that's what I want to know. What are they trying to hide from us?
I was single at the time, you know, so I'm just living, being me and myself. And COVID had just hit, but I had just went to Arizona, and one of my boys are like, "Hey man, you gotta check out this app," you know, and I'm like, "Nah, I'll check it out." Like, what is it? It was called Raya at the time. So basically it's like a dating app, but you know, you have to go through certain like criteria to make sure that.
What dating app is Simone Biles on, and how can I download it? I'm just kidding, guys. I'm happily together in a totally real relationship that I did not make up.
That you're who you are. So literally have been on the app for a couple of days, man. And it's like she pops up, and I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, you know, I never really paid attention to gymnastics. So
let's pause. I never really paid attention to gymnastics because some people pulled up. Apparently, he was tweeting about the 2012 Olympics gymnastics. And he met Simone Biles 8 years later. So you would think. Hold up. Should we continue this, or should we quickly interrupt to look at his 2012 tweets? I feel like we should interrupt.
Started because someone.
Wait, what?
Has found an old tweet of his talking about Miss Gabby Douglas.
Gabby Douglas. If y'all don't know her, look up Gabby Douglas. Dougie. Gabby just needs to get them bottom teeth fixed, and then her smile will be cool. He did make other tweets too specifically about Gabby. So he was watching the Olympics in 2012, and he was watching all of the girls perform at 2012. Gabby Douglas, I'm pretty sure, is very prominent in Olympics. We just think of Simone Biles because she is like the Olympian star that everybody thinks of when they think of an Olympian. But yeah, Gabby Douglas was pretty prominent too. So it feels like his comment on, "Oh, I didn't even know anything about no Olympics," was just a lie, or maybe he forgot. But even so, his comments on Gabby didn't have to do with her athletic ability or anything like that. Even in a conversation about someone who's like out there, you know, being a world champion, competing on the highest level of a sport and accomplishing like really amazing things, he's like, "Oh, but her teeth though, I wouldn't date her because her teeth." Well, he didn't say he wouldn't date her because of her teeth, but it does feel like, I don't know, it feels a little reductive for an Olympian to be reduced to, "Oh, fix your teeth." That's upsetting to me, at least.
Yep, the Olympic gymnast Gabby Douglas. This tweet was made in 2012. So my thing is, following, you knew who Olympic gymnast Gabby Douglas was, but you telling me in 2016 you didn't know who Simone Biles was? There is always a trail. There is always a trail. Just like the former Mr. Keke Palmer's sperm donor, when he tried to humble Keke Palmer, all his shit was on the Summer Jam screen. This is the first tweet I've seen.
Oh, I didn't think about that because in my mind, he was insecure. So he had to pretend like he didn't know who Simone Biles was to protect his own ego. I didn't think about the possibility that he might be like, oh, I don't even know who she is, as a way to shame her.
But I know that there's more, because where there's smoke, there's fire. And maybe because he's not famous enough, but I don't know. I feel like once you start to get some form of notoriety, you need to hire someone to do an entire sweep of your social media. Delete old shit. And like, of all the things to talk about with Gabby Douglas, you want to talk about her fucking teeth. Meanwhile, she was killing it in the Olympics. So I'm sorry, Mr. Simone Biles, with your spaghetti strap braids. I find it hard to believe that you didn't know who Simone Biles was. You said you saw she had thousands, maybe millions of followers, and you didn't think to do a quick Google. Yeah, the fuck right. And some bird or some just ditzy ass man's gonna come in here and be like, well, he was a teenager. He was a teenager. It's always he was a teenager, but you know who was a teenager at that time? Black women, the victims. Gabby might have been like a good 20, 21 around that time. But when he was doing all that shit talking, there were women his same age that was part of who he's talking about. So I'm sorry, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh my God, he was a teenager. He was a teenager. Yeah. And it's not going to shock me if Simone Biles doesn't do anything about it. She was sitting next to him in that interview. Okay. Now, if it was me, best believe while he's sleeping, I would have pulled out some clippers and clipped those spaghetti strap braids. But again, what do I know?
Ooh, 8. Anywho, back to the interview. Sorry, we shouldn't have interrupted. Let's go back a little bit.
A couple of days, man, and it's like she pops up, and I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity, So I'm like, okay, that's I'll see what's up. I swiped her, and it said we matched, so I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout, and I come back, and I get like, I had some likes on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh, this might be. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August. So I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment.
This man's face. This man's Hold up. I didn't realize they were making these faces. Hold up.
To where I would have watched, like,
why would he make that face? Why would he make that face? You think he's hold up.
So I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would.
Oh, I didn't catch it in time, but y'all saw it. We all saw the face.
Would have watched, like,
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened. Everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me.
Hold up, let me write that down. She messaged him first, drove 45 minutes to him. Okay, let's continue.
Then the rest is history, man.
So you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you're saying?
Because I was fighting it.
So
Let me write that down too. Simone Biles' husband is the catch. And people are upset at that. People are upset that he said not only is he the catch, not only is Simone Biles' husband the catch, all men are. People are upset about that. But we're going to look into his credentials today, because what we don't do here is shame. We do not shame men who are the prize. We don't do that. We look into their credentials, and then based on their credentials and based on the credentials of the woman who they're dating, we decide who is the prize. That's what we do. We do not shame.
In truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
At the time,
That's what
I'm not gonna say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, I'm.
1 second. I'm sorry. I just want to write everything because I don't want to misconstrue anything he's saying. I don't want to misconstrue anything he's saying. I do think it's very important that we look at what someone says holistically, right? So I want to write it all down so that I remember, so that for the rest of this video, I'm not just saying something that he didn't say. I want to make sure like I'm actually, so he wasn't ready to commit. After she drove 45 minutes to him, he didn't know who she was. Okay.
And it's my third year. You know, I'm trying to. I'm like, it's kind of early. But you know, like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it. And we hung out, man. It was like we hit it off instantly. You know, we just laughed the whole night.
Whoa, not a copyright track on my stream. That's the end of that clip. Driving 45 minutes to get it on is crazy. LOL. I think it's crazy. Sh5N15. I did see you say you are at work, so I do apologize for streaming a little earlier in the day, but I have a book review to be at. I'm a very cultured person. I read books now and learn. That's what I do. So that's what he had to say in that interview. And what we aren't going to do is go through these comments. We don't need to go through these comments. I don't know why. Where do they go? Here they are. I don't know why people were so bold in these comments. I have no idea. In my opinion, why do we need to read out, I had no idea who Jonathan Owens was until Simone Biles introduced him to us? What's the purpose of reading that? Why would I go through these comments? Why? Why would I read out, my husband has never watched the Olympics and he knows who Simone Biles is? What's the purpose of me going through these comments, y'all? It's fruitless. Why would I go down here and read, I need to know when it hit him that she is the Simone Biles? Why would I read, not knowing who Simone Biles is when you're an athlete is wild and hardly believable? What purpose is there to read these comments, y'all? None at all. Is there really a purpose for me to read this comment here? Even the men looking at him like, is there really a purpose? So I don't understand why people are just want to go in these comments and just read them. Why would I read, I no longer feel the pressure to get married? If this is it, I don't want it. Why would I read these bitter comments from bitter people who are just single and upset that they don't have the catch that is Simone Biles' husband? So let's put the comments away, because I believe the comments are just negative, and I don't know why people are just being so negative about their relationship. And that's like frustrating me, because these are just two people who are happy to be with each other, one of them at least. So why are we upset? They're happy. One of them at least is really happy to be in that relationship and really loves their partner. At least one of them I saw. So I don't know why y'all are in the comments talking about that. But what I also wanted to touch on, all of these are out of order, by the way. These are like quick ones that I saw this morning before we get into the actual video. So this one is a minute long. Oops, I went full screen. I can't see anything. Simone already knew this. She just made herself okay with it. As per usual, as women, she settled. Now, what we're not going to do is say she settled. I'm sick of that language. So we're going to call dating down settling now, just because you date down financially. and status wise, that's settling now. Oh, just because his net worth is like 1/3 of hers. Oh, it's settling. Is that what we're saying? Okay. Wow. Really? We call it settling just because she's more accomplished than he is? Is that what settling is now? Y'all are just bitter, and you're not going to change my mind. So let's watch. Some people, interestingly enough, brought Russell Wilson into this. Let's see why.
Who would never get on the podcast mic and embarrass they fucking wife, this man right here. They would have been like, you know who Sierra?
I did not know there was cursing in this, but it's fine. We don't care about a monetization. The message needs to be out.
Oh yeah, me and my sister used to have 1-2-step routines. I love Sierra.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good. If
Y'all remember that series, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie and all that bad shit happened because you gave a mouse a cookie? If you give a man a podcast mic, you don't know who Simone Biles is, read a fucking book. Read a fucking book. It's titled Simone.
Sorry. I was not ready for this. I wasn't ready.
Simone Biles.
It's really the catch in.
I always say the men that catch.
I did not pause on this part intentionally. It just paused on his face. It just paused on his face. I didn't do that intentionally. I just wanted to make that be known because some people are trying to accuse me of being petty. It just buffered on that part.
I always say the men that catch, man. I always say we the catch.
When that Goodies video came out, I was like, yeah, I used to dance in my room to her music. I used to get ready to game. If you give a man in a relationship that feels like he's less than his girlfriend or wife, podcast mic, this is what happens. It's like, I'm the fucking catch. It's like, I'm the fucking catch. Simone Biles, height, age, net worth, achievements, husband. What's your favorite song when you prepping for the game, Russ? Like a Boy. I love Like a Boy. Bitch, go eat some Simone Biles cereal. Do you have some cereal? I don't fucking think so. Everybody in that room knew you was fucking capping. Everybody in that fucking room knew you was capping. Everybody in that room knew you should shut the fuck up. Do he even have any fucking partnerships? Is he even a Fashion Nova male? Like, what the fuck, man? Don't do bro like that. Daily Mail. Simone Biles, NFL husband. They let you keep going. You want to know why? Because they knew they was going to get views off this shit. They knew this was going to be some fucking clickbait. They knew these fucking clicks was about to go the fuck off and they was about to get paid off your dumb ass being fucking stupid. Sierra's so talented. My wife got an album coming out September 23rd. She has an angelic voice. You want to know who would never play in a wife's face on a podcast? Russell. Feature report. Simone Biles' husband. This is what happened. Somebody get the illustration. Somebody get the illustration. I'll never.
You know what I just noticed? Whenever Russell does come online and like not even defend his wife from anything, just show love or support from his wife, I did notice that men seem very upset at that. Like they go in and start talking about Sierra's past or future, or why are you letting your wife dress like this or sing music like this? They like really critique Russell hard. But when we have the videos of the men who come out and they're like, I don't even like my wife, I'm just getting married because, like, I don't even care about her. Like, it feels like the men go in to defend those men specifically. I did notice that. That is very interesting to me, at least. So again, Simone Biles' husband, who we will continue to refer to as Simone Biles' husband until we do enough research to find out his name, I feel like continually devalues her in that interview. Because this is Simone Biles, right? This is presidential award recipient. I think 7-time Olympian champion, educated. She has a degree from University of the People, dating a man whose name we don't know, whose career is underwhelming in comparison. Net worth, I think his net worth was something like, 1/3 of hers. He has no sheet of paper to his name. But I was going to say he doesn't have anything to his name besides a birth certificate, but he does have a degree. So we can redact that. We can absolutely redact that critique. I can acknowledge where I'm wrong. I had a preconceived notion about his education. I was incorrect. He does have a college degree, so I will redact that. But he, as well as the men in the comments I noticed, seemed to devalue her, because I saw women who were in the comments confused. They were saying things like, how do you not know who Simone Biles is? And the men came back to push back and says, oh, nobody watches gymnastics, nobody watches women's sports. And the women were pushing back saying, yeah, but Simone Biles is like not a gymnast. She is a household name, even to people who don't watch sports. Like, you might not watch the NBA, but you might know LeBron James because he's such a big celebrity and he's so competitive in his field, and that's just American. You might know Usain Bolt, even though you might not watch track and field, because Usain Bolt, even though I'm not sure if Usain Bolt is running anymore, so I would assume his popularity has died down from like his heyday. But y'all, everybody who I went to school with doing this Usain Bolt thing and buying his merch, and he's on all the commercials and cereal boxes and stuff, like we all know who this man is, and we don't watch track and field a day in our life, right? So yeah, that's what the women were saying in the comments. Even if you don't watch this sport, like she is a world level athlete who is at the top of her game. And the men were saying, oh, that's different because like football and basketball are good sports. So that's what the men were saying. And I was just wondering, how come I don't understand men who get off on degrading their wives. And some people are saying it's not degrading. That's fine. That's fair. And you can have your opinion. Welcome positive vibes. Be sure to leave a like on your way in. I do think this is going to be demonetized because that video we just watched, who actually, how could I apologize to everyone. I didn't realize we skipped the comment section. I refuse to learn his name. For this alone, he will always be Mr. Simone Biles in my book. Go eat some Simone Biles cereal. The scream I scrumped. Still don't know his name, and we not gonna learn it. Even the host was looking at him like, boy, please. She got 7.1 million followers, but he didn't know who she was. She got a movie, book deal, cereal. She tumbling all over the internet. And all of that before she's 30. He needs to be humble. I always say the man is the catch. Mr. Simone Biles, please sit down. Somebody asked, presidential medal Simone Biles? I have seen this this Simone Biles husband's interview on a few different TikToks and still don't know his name. Sir, goodbye. Okay, yeah. So people in these comments were very much on one accord. They were like, who is this man saying he's the That's so weird when like the NFL is referring to you as Simone Biles' husband and you play for them. That is wild to me because even they recognize your wife more than they recognize you, and you are playing for them. That is absolutely, I can't imagine going to work and being married and somebody being like, oh, hello, Mrs. Petty's husband, how are you? Like, I can't imagine being known for my wife's accomplishments and then thinking I am the prize in that relationship. That part is confusing to me. But I saw a TikTok shortly after I saw the Simone Biles TikTok, and I wanted to look at that because I think TikTok was playing to me. I'm not sure why it played these two back to back. Let me cut the music off because it's, I think, copyright music. And if for some reason you can't read this, look at the screen, I'll just read it out for you guys. It says, me living a life of pure boredom with my girlfriend after having to let my type go because I have aspirations of getting married one day. So that was this young gentleman's TikTok. Don't know who he is at all. He said it was a joke in the caption. I don't know what the joke was, and that's fair. I don't have the best sense of humor. But the women were in the comments like, I pray that my man doesn't think of me like this because what is this? Somebody said being single ain't that bad now. Oh, wow. I'm never having a boyfriend. Imagine my man posting this. I'm going to cry. I pray you marry your type. I pray he stays single. I don't think he should marry even his type. He's a bench one. Now, what we are going to do, we haven't gotten to his credentials yet. I don't know why y'all are trying to devalue this man just because he's been on the bench for a while. He hasn't always been on the bench. He has for a lot of time, but not always. He's been out with a couple injuries a lot, but not always. I don't know why we're focusing on that. Anywho, I was just, oh, oops, I can't read that comment. because it's about Themis's live stream. Y'all are gonna have to go and watch Themis's live stream because I thought it was good. But yeah, for those of you who are basically unable to see the TikTok on the screen, he's basically saying he couldn't get the girl he wanted, but he settled for a woman who he could like just, I guess, settle for, who wanted him, not the girl he wanted. And I noticed a theme of men dating women who they don't really have any interest in, but settling for her anyway because they either A, can't get the woman that they actually want, or B, are afraid of dying alone, or both, usually. I even went into an article. It's called "Why Men Are Settling for Mrs. Good Enough." I'll see if I can put it on the screen if I can find it. But they were asking men and women about their relationships, and what they found was men were more likely to lower their standards for the sake of being married. And let me pause and say, I don't think compromise in a marriage is always bad, or compromise in a relationship. I don't think that's always bad. So hopefully no one misconstrues what I'm about to say. But the idea that someone wants a partner who they don't like, or would be in a marriage that they hate, or a bad marriage for the sake of saying, at least I'm married, seems dumb to me, right? What people would now call that Jada and that Will love. And it's like, congratulations, I guess. You are married. That is, in my opinion, not an accomplishment. I think getting married is very easy. Getting married to someone who you genuinely love and is good for you is probably a lot more difficult. If you're married to someone who you genuinely love and appreciate, and it's a reciprocal relationship and everything is good, I think you have the right to brag. But when you have that Jada and that Will love, and you are in the comments talking about people are bitter for commenting on your marriage, that's a little upsetting to me. That's a little upsetting to me. Why did this pop up when I tried to look up the study? Women warn the shut up ring will lead to a disastrous marriage. We're not going to get into that. That's not the topic of the video today. But the shut up ring is another phenomenon I'm noticing, where women want to be married to a man who doesn't want them, so he just gives them a shut up ring. Maybe we can tie that into today a little bit, because he was talking about in the interview, Simone Biles' husband was saying, oh, I wasn't ready for a commitment. I didn't even really want to be married. I didn't even like her like that. If she hadn't have reached out to me, we probably wouldn't have even talked, to be honest. And then ending up marrying her when, by his own admission, he's not ready to commit. Maybe it's like a shut up ring. Maybe it's like, okay, well, I don't actually want to do this, but you keep bugging me about getting married, and being in a marriage that I don't want to be in. So let's see what Simone Biles had to say about all this. Oh, excuse me. This is not Simone Biles' response. This is Simone Biles supporting her husband while he plays for Green Bay. Apparently, she was on the side supporting him. I don't know why I have that in the queue. Yeah, no, I don't know why that's in the queue at all. I have no idea why that's in the queue. Let me put what I actually need to put on the... no, this is also Simone Biles supporting her husband when she was getting ready for his big game day. I have no idea why these are in the queue. I apologize. Let me get to the actual, what I wanted to pull up. It does feel weird for her to be showing up to his games and making appreciative posts about him, but he doesn't reciprocate. That feels a little weird, but we don't have to talk about that. I have no idea why these videos of her supporting him came up on the screen. Y'all can watch it, but that's just, I don't even know why that came up. I don't even know what the purpose of showing that is. Why do we need to see Simone Biles publicly supporting her husband? How is that relevant to today? I don't know why that just came up on the screen by accident. Interesting. Simone Biles. What are these clips? What are these clips? Oh, this is about her wedding. We don't have to talk about that because I think that's actually a little petty. If you guys remember, people were making some interesting comments about their their wedding and their appearance on their wedding day. We don't have to look at that. Why do I don't understand why all these clips of Simone Biles supporting her husband is coming up in my feed. But let's see what this one is. I forgot what this one is.
Fortunately, we're actually long distance and we
Uh-oh. Sorry, I didn't realize they were also long distance. I apologize. That caught me off guard.
Unfortunately, we're actually long distance and we started long distance like less than a week while we were married. Right after Cabo, he went to Green Bay and he signed, and then like 2 days later he was up there. So it's been different, but at least we're both busy and focusing on our respective sports. So it's been nice and we cherish the moments that we get together. So he's doing great out in Green Bay. He has his first game against Chicago this week. So
you're such a good cheerleader for him, I know.
Aw. She is a very good cheerleader for her. I did find an unusually large amount of posts where Simone Biles just like goes to his games and literally just pulls up to his games and supporting him. It is interesting that she said, oh, they're still finding times to link up and stuff like that. I haven't seen him going to her events or supporting her in the way that she does, but that's probably not important. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead to a quick summary of everything. Simone Biles' husband says he didn't know who Simone Biles was when he matched her on a dating app. I guess we can read this, but I feel like the video already summarized this in my mind. Do we really need to read this? Y'all can leave a 1 if y'all would like to go through it, or you can leave a 2 if you feel like we've already gotten a good synopsis of what's going on, and we can move along. And right now what I'm doing in the background is I'm just searching for like posts where he's supporting her or like uplifting her in the way that she tends to on his social media. Elite. He did make a post saying elite in reference to her winning a gold medal. He said elite on Twitter and he reposted it. So, you know, he did give that at least. He did give that. But here's what I was looking for. Who is Simone Biles' husband? This was the question that I had. This was the question that a lot of people had, still do, even after we've been researching all day and all night, still have it. So we're going to answer it today. That's what we're going to do. We're going to find out who is Simone Biles' husband. Now, according to Simone Biles' husband, he's just a guy from St. Louis. She's a world champion, Olympian gold medalist. He's a guy from St. Louis by his own admission. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. Don't know if you guys do, but what's wrong with that? She is Simone Biles, world renowned, world known. He's a guy from St. Louis. Let's read about him. Let's see. So they got married at a courthouse in Houston. Wait, so his biography is all about her. Simone Biles is enjoying married life. I'm sorry. This is actually, maybe I can understand like feeling insecure when we look up your biography and the first thing it says is Simone Biles is enjoying her married life to you. And Simone Biles, Olympian gold medalist. That's crazy. Why would they write it like this? Y'all, this is actually like, if I were in this relationship, I feel like I would be extremely insecure to come to my own biography and the first line is Simone Biles. Who is Simone Biles' husband? If I came to that would actually sting. So maybe I understand a little bit of where the insecurity comes from. Not Jonathan Majors and Candace Owens' child. Come on now, y'all. We don't have to do that. Olympic gold medalist in Jonathan Owens. Okay, so yeah, there he is. Wed on April 22nd, 2023 at a courthouse in Houston. And then they threw a second wedding in Mexico. Ever since their romance began in March 2020, he has been her biggest supporter. Could have fooled me. especially following her decision to withdraw from several events at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. In October 2023, Simone Biles talked with Today host. Okay, so is this just about Simone Biles? Is this just about Simone Biles? The entire... Okay, let's continue. Biles talked with Today host about how her perspective on the sport has changed since overcoming mental health issues and getting married. Gymnastics is just something I get to come in and have the privilege of doing, Biles shared. I don't feel like it's the end all be all anymore, as before I kind of felt like that. I get to go home to my husband, to my dogs, to my house, and all of the things. So it feels really good. Here we go. So we finally got to it. So who is Biles' husband? Here's everything to know. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. According to his Instagram bio, Owens is, quote, just a kid from St. Louis. That's it. That's how they ended the page. I'm sorry. I apologize. So that's who Simone Biles' husband is. What we learned is that Simone Biles married him, and she is an Olympic gold medalist. And they got married at a courthouse, and she was having mental health issues while going to the Olympics, and decided to withdraw from the Tokyo Olympics. And he is from St. Louis, Missouri. Awesome. So when people are coming up here and saying that they're not equally yoked, I personally have a problem with that, because as we can see, this young man is from St. Louis, Missouri. He's not just an everyday guy. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. Now, people are trying to say Simone Biles is like a super important athlete and everybody all over the world knows her. True. But what we're forgetting is that her husband is from St. Louis, Missouri. That's what we're not talking about. Nobody's talking about that. Let's read some more. So he was in Missouri. He went to Christian Brothers College High School. Okay, so we got a little Christianity in there. Nothing wrong with that. No red flags with that. It's okay to do that. Where he played high school football. After graduating, he played at the college level while attending Missouri Western State University. Excellent. And earned title of Male Student Athlete of the Year. See that, guys? And you thought this man wasn't accomplished? This man earned high school Male Student Athlete of the Year during his final season. Took him a couple seasons to get there, but he did it. And y'all are trying to say this man isn't accomplished? Simone Biles, Athlete of the Century. He's Athlete of the Year. Who's to say this man is not accomplished? He played high school football, college football, and now in the NFL. And he was Male Student Athlete of the Year. Anywho, he went on to sign with the Arizona Cardinals as an undrafted free agent. And people are trying to say undrafted free agents aren't that talented. Well, anywho, unfortunately, he injured his knee during a practice drill before his rookie season even began. Does that sound untalented to you guys? Doesn't sound untalented to me. I don't know why y'all are trying to harp on that. Why y'all are trying to focus on that. No idea why. Anywho, he says, I'm just lying on the ground crying because I don't even know how that works. I'm thinking I came all the way here and got hurt. He told News Press Now in July 2019, after initially being placed on injured reserve, which secured his spot on the team while he was hurt. He was eventually waived in August 2019. Okay, well, he got hurt before he started, but they kept his spot. So he got to watch from the bench, which is fine. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. He got to watch from the bench while he was hurt. But then they let him go in August 2019. He currently plays for the Green Bay Packers. He didn't remain a free agent for long. In September 2019, he was signed as a member of the Houston Texans practice squad. The NFL player was briefly waived before landing a spot on the main roster in December 2021. At the time, he played the position of safety for the Texans, and Biles was his biggest fan. Currently, he is a defensive back for the Green Bay Packers. Now, some people are saying that these positions are like uninteresting and uneventful, and that he's no Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, but he doesn't have to be, in my mind. Why does he have to be extraordinary? Why? His wife is already extraordinary enough for the both of them. I don't know why people are upset because he's just average, maybe even below average with the injuries. He doesn't have to be great. There's only one Simone Biles in the world. There don't have to be two. I don't know why people are trying to make it seem like there have to be two. That's a little petty, in my opinion. Simone Biles said she is forever cheering and loud and proud for number 36. So there we finally got his name, number 36, in December 2021 to congratulate him on his first ever career interception. The Olympian is a regular fixture. Fixture? Huh? Language. Anyway. Simone Biles, the Olympian, is a regular fixture at her husband's NFL games. After the 2020 Olympic Games were pushed back a year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, oops, definitely not supposed to say the big C19 out loud. Well, it's fine. We've already had a few F-bombs. There's probably going to be no dollar signs on this video. Who cares? Not me. Biles told People that getting to support him in person was one of the upsides of the postponement of the Olympics. So yes, Simone Biles isn't mad. Simone Biles said, just because my Olympic career was put on hold, who cares? I get to watch my husband, number 36, sit, and I watch him, I guess, watch the football players from the bench. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. I'd be proud if I was with someone like that. Don't know why you guys are not proud. And what y'all aren't going to do in the comments is say that his talent is being delusional. Y'all aren't going to say that about number 36, Simone Biles' husband. I don't think so. Not in my chat. Let's see. And then she showed up for him again by appearing in a celebrity-filled video. Okay. So this is just talking about how much Simone Biles supports him. They didn't talk about how he supports her, but who cares? Not me. Let's keep going. He and Simone met on a dating app. Okay, well now I feel like this is redundant at this point. The rest I'm sure just goes into how they met on the dating app, which we already know. So, Simone looked very cute in this picture. He's there. Nothing wrong with being there. A lot of alcohol on this table. Wow. Anyway, so then he met Simone Biles, and the rest of his biography is just about how he met Simone Biles and her. Yep. Yep, that's it. I'm going through it. Y'all can watch me too. It's just the rest of his bio is just Simone Biles. I'm sorry. Wow. Oh, that's it. Yep. All right. Yeah, that's it. So now that we kind of have a good idea of who Simone Biles' husband is, and I'm very glad that kind of look into his personal life kind of made us a little more intimate with his life, right? So we're a little more knowledgeable about what he does now. So he is in fact Simone Biles' husband. People were trying to say he wasn't, I guess, but this biography cleared it up a lot more than you would expect from his biography. A lot more than I would expect. Anyway, so Simone Biles' net worth, I don't know why that's on my screen, is estimated to be double or triple his. Looks like it's around 16 million compared to 5 to 7 million. There were some estimates that his net worth is 50 million, but none of those sources provided explanation for why they calculated as 50 million as opposed to the established 5 to 7. So it's possible that his wife isn't earning triple what he earns or making or worth triple what he's worth. It's possible that she's only worth double. So I do think that's important to point out because people were trying to make it seem like there is something wrong with him being out earned 3 times as much by his wife. But what I looked into indicates that it could be as low as 2 times as much that she earns. So I think that's important. He might not be getting outpaced too much. Let's see also. I know these all seem out of order, but they're going to connect because what I was looking into was why would Simone Biles take this man's name? And she told us why. She told us why a while ago because I was concerned that like you are. I don't personally know how this must feel to be so big and so important in the world that just my name is a brand. Like, do y'all remember when people were yelling Kobe when they throw balled up paper into the trash can, or when people say LeBron James or whatever have you? Like, I don't know how it is. Surely Simone Biles' husband don't know how it is to be so important that your name itself is a brand. So I was wondering, what was she going to do about taking his last name? Is that something where she's going to not take it, or how is this going to work? And she broke her silence. As the date of her wedding closes in, this was a while ago, by the way. This was on, excuse me. Why is it? My mouse is scrolling up when I scroll down and down when I'm scrolling up. So she says she can't wait to be addressed as Mrs. Owens. That didn't happen. What we know now is that didn't happen. This was on April 9th, 2023. And she was saying, I can't wait to be married and everybody start calling me Simone Owens. What we know now is that didn't happen. Ain't nobody calling her that. Don't know why she thought people were going to call her that. Now, if she married Bill Gates, I don't even think people would call her Simone Gates. People would call her Simone Biles. She's very very affluent in her own area. Even if she were to marry like someone who is as or more important than her, I still think people would call her Simone Biles personally. But that's just my personal opinion. So let's see. Some people were wondering if the 4-time Olympic gold medalist would change her last name, which, owing to her decorated career, has become a brand in itself. And last year, soon after her engagement, she hinted how she couldn't wait to steal his last name, but nothing was said about what she'll do with her name until now. Recently, the bride-to-be held an interactive session with her fans on Instagram. A fan took this opportunity to inquire about Biles' plans regarding her name after the wedding. And as always, the gymnast did not leave her curious fans hanging in mid-air. Cool. Let's do it. Let's see what she had to say. One fan wrote, "Are you going to be Biles-Owens or just Owens?" To this, Biles replied, "I'll drop my middle name and it will be Simone Biles Owens." Simone Biles Owens. Turns out the gymnast has found a smart way out of the predicament. Okay, that's good. So she decided she wasn't going to fade away into obscurity. Nope. She was going to keep her notoriety and notoriety, however you pronounce that. And she said she'll add Owens without having to let go of Biles. Instead, Ariane will be the sacrificial lamb. Well, I would have been Ariane-Owens because I'm going to keep my first and last name. Don't know what that's about, but she kept it. So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Let's move on to our next piece of evidence. Thankfully, she didn't give up her legacy, though. So while I was trying to do some research on her husband, I found some Reddit threads, interestingly enough. So I had to go digging deep. I had to go digging deep in the crevices of the internet to find out stuff about him. And what I found was on Reddit. I thought I could go like to the NFL homepage and like look up in the about section of the players, like what is he, who is he, why is he, how good is he? I couldn't. I had to go. Let's see. So here is a Reddit that asks, how good is Simone Biles' husband? I don't know anything about the NFL, but was wondering, how good is Simone Biles' husband? From the looks of it, he seems fairly successful, but don't really have any metric. Obviously, he's no Simone of football, but I'm curious of where he is. So I just wanted to read this so we could kind of get an understanding of, like, I think something like football is a little more difficult to measure compared to like being an Olympian, where you literally have gold, silver, bronze, and compete across the world, and you're the best in the world, right? So American football, which is usually specific to America, right? And usually we're talking about who's the best in America, I think would be difficult to compare. So I wanted to read this essay that somebody wrote. Somebody wrote a really long essay about this man. That's what they did. He's pretty good. He's also worked extraordinarily hard and is kind of a poster child for keeping at it. I don't know what poster he's on, but they said he's a poster child. He wasn't drafted, went to a small Division II school, and was waived his first 2 years trying to make a team. Sometimes it's easier for safeties and wide receivers. Wow, I really don't care about this at all. I'm not gonna lie, this is quite boring. Do people actually watch football? Yeah, it's not paragraphs on, like, where does he rank in the NFL? Just tell me first, second, third, 75. Let's see. Well, to summarize this, they're not saying anything too much as far as his accomplishments, but they did say an average NFL player's career is 3 years, and he's been in the league for more than 5. So that in itself is an accomplishment. So I'll give him that. I'll celebrate that. He's been there for 5 years. I don't care how many of those years have been on the bench. Why would anybody bring that up? Not me. I'm not going to take away from his accomplishments. I love to see black men succeed. That's what I like. So let's go to the next person who was also confused, because this perfectly embodied, in my opinion, what I was feeling yesterday when I was trying to do research. Somebody put up that the Packers signed him. This was 8 months ago when obviously the Packers signed him. And after somebody made this post, the first comment said, AKA, this is Jonathan Biles. Seems like woot-de-woot-de-woot. Nothing very interesting. Simone Biles, new running back confirmed. Don't like that. Someone said what I was thinking. I'm trying to get info on how he is as a player, and everything I'm reading about is that he is Mr. Simone Biles. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. She's a sweetheart, but can you tackle? So this man was asking the question that I had, because I kept trying to do research on his career, and the only thing that kept turning up with results is he's Simone Biles' husband. He's Simone Biles' husband. What is his, let me see. I can't see anything here. They're not really talking about his accomplishments or anything like that. Somebody said they're Texans fans and they like him. Like, it's really difficult for me to find out like some conclusive, is this guy good or not? And that makes me feel like he's probably not, but I'm going to reserve that critique. And I wanted to say, by the way, there's nothing wrong with being outperformed athletically by your wife. There's nothing wrong with that. I hate how people get so embarrassed when their wife makes more money than them and is a more decorated and recognizable athlete, has a brand associated with them because they're that important. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with living in your wife's shadow. Some people like shadows. They hide blemishes. Look at this real quick. Let me turn this off. Where'd the blemishes go? Some people like being in the shadows. Not everybody wants to be in the spotlight, and that's fine. Not everybody wants to be the best NFL player. He might just want to play. It might just be a job for him, and he has no passion. That could be it. Maybe that's why he doesn't put in, well, he puts in effort. They're saying he's putting in effort and working hard. So maybe he, I just want to say there's nothing wrong with if people refer to you as Simone Biles' husband, who cares? She took your last name too. So it's kind of mutual in that way. Y'all both are taking each other's last name. Don't think about that nobody calls her Simone Owens, even though that's her legal name. Don't think about that. That's what we're not going to think about. That's what we're not going to think about. Let's see. Somebody said tried to check in on his wife tonight. And the comments pushed back. They seemed to be upset that he was referring to Simone Biles as her husband's name and then her as his wife. Someone pushed back and said, I think you mean Simone Biles' husband's wife. I don't know why they would say that. I don't know what they meant by that. Why would they say that? It's not very often that the NFL player in the family isn't even close to being the best athlete in the family. Why would they write that? Why are people trying to point out that this man isn't better athletically than his wife and that he's being outperformed? I don't see a reason to point that out. You put some respect on Mr. Biles' wife's name. All right, so that is Mr. Biles' wife, Mrs. Simone Biles. Let's see. Oh, it looks like somebody put together some highlights. Oh, the video is unavailable. I was really hoping we could look at his highlights because I was really, really wanting to play this. So this video had to have become unavailable overnight. This video contains content from the NFL who have blocked it. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's see. Have never heard of him before he got... Oh, we don't need to look at that. We don't need to look at that. Why are people saying they are unaware and don't know who this is, have no idea why he has a highlights video? Thank you for posting the video. The highlights definitely aren't much. The video is only 2 minutes and includes a tackle on Jonathan Taylor for a 9-yard gain, a tackle on a 10-yard pass he allowed to the Cowboys, and an overthrown ball he failed to intercept versus the Chargers. Seems like he hits hard, tackles okay, and isn't the best in coverage. Agreed. It's not much to go off of. It's all I can find, really. He's not physically imposing, but at least he seems to have good technique. Yeah, guys, like, nothing wrong with that. We went to his highlights videos. His highlights were average or below average. What's wrong with that? Not everybody's highlights are going to be amazing. They're called highlights for a reason, because you're not supposed to highlight the amazing parts. What if there are no amazing parts to highlight? Then what? That's what people don't realize. Yeah, we can go through this last Reddit thread. Those highlights were during practice. See, the highlights were during practice. So his highlights were during a practice session. He might not have highlights in real games. That's fine. What's wrong with that? Why are people shaming him for that? Just because he doesn't have real highlights and they had to record him at practice? I don't see anything wrong with that. Maybe that's why they weren't very exciting. So people are like dragging him just because his highlights, like what are supposed to be the most flashiest, important things we can see, like the most exciting things, weren't very exciting. Who cares? It was just practice. Anywho, and people are trying to insinuate that the only reason there are highlights from practice is because he's on the bench so much. And I disavow that. I don't like people who try to take away from someone's accomplishments. Nothing wrong with Simone Biles' husband not really having. Why would we take away something that somebody already doesn't have a lot of, in my mind? That's all I'm saying. He doesn't have a lot of highlights, and now we give y'all the highlights, and y'all just want to drag him. I don't like that. I'm sorry. And I said I wasn't going to cry. But when this man has so little, and y'all try to take that away from him, that's what I don't like. And I do apologize if I'm laughing or like smiling or something, but sometimes I get nervous and it's just like, literally, I talked about this in therapy. It's just like a response when I get nervous or upset. So I do apologize if it seems insensitive to anyone, but it's not my intention to be like, it's not my intentions. Let's see. Packers signed safety, the husband of Simone Biles. Somebody said we now have 10 safeties on the roster. So apparently they are oversaturated with safeties. That's fine. Why does he have to, like, there's 10 other people exactly like him, completely replaceable? Who cares? That doesn't take away from his achievements. Nothing wrong with that. Why are people saying there's upset of that? Somebody said we wouldn't need 10 if 2 of them are good. Well, they must not have heard about Simone Biles' husband. He was good, I'm sure. I don't know. Somebody asked any thoughts, and someone replied and said he's not awful, but if it weren't for Simone Biles, he would just be another one of those "who is that" signings. Why are people saying that? People are acting like Simone Biles is this man's only accomplishment. How? We just went through his highlights, and people are still trying to say this man is not accomplished. I love how they had to mention he's married to Simone Biles. Somebody replied to that and said, I mean, let's be real. She's the athlete in this relationship. They were upset at that and started arguing. I'm not about to go through their argument because, like, I feel like they're being petty, and I don't understand why. What is this related Reddit? Oh, someone said Simone Biles' husband, ex-boyfriend cheated. Oh. Now we gotta look into her ex-boyfriend after this because I did not know that. Maybe we can look into her ex-boyfriend and see if we can see some patterns. That's what we should do. Let's see. Oh, Simone Biles clapback. Simone Biles clapback. This is what I saw late this night. And I do apologize if this video just seems jarring and like we're just jumping from one thing to the other. All of this came in like I'm looking at all of this last night at like 3 in the morning when I was up way too late and tried to shove it all on a document. So I do apologize if it's jarring just going from one Jonathan Owens highlight to the next. If you don't know who that is, that's Simone Biles' husband. I know we haven't heard his name a lot, but he has a career too. Not as accomplished, but who cares? No, Maria, don't say she is his only accomplishment. Please don't say that. Don't say, Kenny, don't say the highlight of his career was the interview. Okay? What we're not going to do, is try and pretend like this man is not accomplished. And I want to reiterate something because I do think this is important. I am not saying that he is not an accomplished man. Let me get big for this. Let me make that clear. Even though he is nowhere near Simone's level of notoriety, he does command an impressive salary, putting his net worth at almost 1/3 of Simone Biles. So he does have an impressive salary. 1/3 of Simone Biles' salary, y'all, I would be set for life. So I'm not saying he's not accomplished. You know, this is strictly about notoriety, right, and status, celebrity, things that Simone Biles outpaces him in. She does outpace him financially too, but I'm not saying that he's not financially doing well. And to be fair, maybe he's also doing well in like status and fame and stuff like that. And like the financial aspect, where Simone Biles out earns him by like 3 times. Maybe it's just that she's so overwhelming that we can't even see his light. Does that make sense? So yeah, I'm not saying he's not accomplished just because they both live in her mansion. I think. Let me fact check that because I think he moved in, if I remember correctly. Or they might both have houses. But before I fact check that, since this is on screen, I just wanted to disavow you all. What's his salary? That's a good question. Let me see. I think it's like 1 million. Because I did look up Simone Biles' income. Why are they trying to say her income is 10 million? That doesn't make sense. That would put her at 10 times his income. That can't be correct. Hold up. Let me look up his real quick. Oh, his is $500,000. Okay. His contract is for over $1 million, and that will be dispersed over 3 years. Okay. Oh no, that was for, okay, no. His salary in 2023 is $1 million. There we go. Okay, finally. In 2023, his salary is $1 million. Now, just because people are estimating Simone's income at $10 million, why does that matter? Who cares if she's making 10 times as much as him? Why is that even important? Certainly not important to me. I don't think so. Certainly not important to her. So why do we even care about it? Anyway, Simone Biles' husband. Latest confession erupts internet war. Simone Biles and her husband are true couple goals. Aww. Their relationship exudes love, passion, and devotion. I'm sorry. I apologize. I do have a condition and I do laugh when I'm stressed. So it's not, I do apologize if this does seem disrespectful to anyone on the screen or who knows this couple in real life or who have strong opinions on it. I do apologize. It is not my intention to be disrespectful. I have a condition where sometimes I see some stuff and it makes me react in a certain way. So I do apologize for that. I do apologize for that sincerely. But their relationship exudes love, passion, and devotion. Where is it? I don't know. But this article says it's there. Maybe I see it on one side specifically. Y'all can guess which side. However, recently, as the NFL safety pulled off the curtains from how he met the gymnastics queen. Okay, I don't care about any of this. What I want to know is what she said. What I want to know is what she said in response. What did she say to the people who were trying to drag her man? Well, I actually don't see where her response is. That was the whole point of me putting this link on the document. I literally just I don't want to care about what the fans are saying. I just want to know what she said. Where is what she said? It's not even on here. So I got clickbaited. Excuse me. I got clickbaited. She did say in that interview, pretty soon they won't be calling him my husband. He'll be calling me his wife. Welcome, S. Lawson. Welcome to the membership. Every new member gets a dab. Dab. Welcome. Really appreciate you being here. So I'm looking for her tweets. As I look for those tweets, we can go to the Shade Room because I don't want to go to his page. So we can go to the Shade Room instead. For lifers, Simone Biles' husband responds to criticism of story about how he met Simone Biles. He says he is unbothered and just wants you guys to know that they are locked in over here. And Simone Biles said for life. For life. And the only reason I'm showing this part specifically, let me see. I do think this is important because he said we locked in over here, and Simone Biles said for life. So I did want to show this. Have you guys ever heard of this couple here? I'm not very familiar with this couple. I don't know if they look familiar with you guys. I believe they are the Smiths. So the Smiths had a lot to say, where in my mind, they kind of agree with Simone Biles and her husband. So let's see what they have to say.
Ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
Oh, okay. If they like it, I love it. If they like it, I love it. Why are people upset that we see what we think is a bad marriage and Simone Biles is like, who cares? Who cares? She doesn't. That's all I have to say. That is all I have to say. And I don't feel like I said a lot. I just wanted to look at his accomplishments, and because I do think it's important that instead of just like dragging someone, we should look at their contribution to the world. And people are trying to say he doesn't have a contribution to the world, but I just showed you his contribution, so y'all can't deny it now. I do think it's important for Black men to kind of stand together when a Black man is being attacked. I do want to stand up and show his contributions to the world. This man has a highlights video from practice. He doesn't have regular highlights, presumably because he sits on the bench a lot or is injured. Who cares? I can still stand with him. That's what I can do. Simone is going to stand with him. That's what she's going to do. How often does he post on her page versus how she posts him on hers? Well, he posted her now. He said he's unbothered. Now, I don't know too many unbothered people who make posts and start responding to like people's comments. But he's unbothered. He's so unbothered. He made a post to show you guys how unbothered he is. Not fashion. Why Fashion Nova commented on this and said they so cute. Fashion Nova, why are you on the Shade Room talking about Simone Biles and her husband are cute? Somebody said when you like your nigga more than he likes you. Why are y'all insinuating that she likes him more just because he said if she hadn't have hit me up, I wouldn't even responded to her and I wasn't ready to commit, but you know, I just did it anyway. And he was talking with his friend about how they were playing football and the only reason that he was even looking for somebody is because there wasn't no hoes in the area. Like, why do people trying to make it seem like he doesn't like? What is going on in the bottom of this page? What is all this? What is all this? The Shade Room is so... Anyway, let me remove that from the screen. But yeah, why are people trying to insinuate that he doesn't like her just because he and his friend was talking about how there's no hoes? So I might as well download this dating app. Not ready to commit. I'll do it anyway. Who cares? I didn't really like her, but I went to her Instagram and saw that she has so many followers, and I was like, oh, opportunity. Why do people think just because of all that stuff, he doesn't like her? Name which part specifically about that makes it seem like he doesn't like her. Exactly. Thank you all for coming today. Be sure to leave a like. I'm going to play the after show thing and then we can talk about TD Jakes briefly.
You really want to catch fucking 350 pounds of dude on your ass?
Of course.
Sounds like a good time.
That's a good time to me. He hop on my meaty, he start riding me. I said, Daddy, don't stop it. Look how he drop it. Just like a pilot, I'm all in his cockpit. I lick the cock tip, I let the cock drip.
So, TD Jakes apparently had some words. He had some words that he wanted to share with us. So I do think this is important.
Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah to... Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah to...
So I didn't realize, but my after show thing actually goes very well with the theme of meat stretching. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? Some meat? What meat is God stretching? This can't be your interpretation of feeding people with 2 loaves of bread and some fish. This can't be your interpretation of that. Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. I don't think I will, sir. I don't think I will talk about some meat stretcher. But that's not the clip of TD Jakes that I actually wanted to talk about. I think there's a much more important clip because there are some accusations about TD Jakes coming out. And people are saying we should have seen this all along. And people are starting to. One second, let me see if I can pull this up because I do think this is important. People are starting to say we should have been looking for the signs all along. And here was an example of one of the videos that they shared for this. And I'm not sure why. Maybe you guys can spot it. It's very subtle. So I do want you, like, it's kind of a, I don't want to seem like conspiracy theory, right? I don't want to seem like I'm just grasping for straws, but it's very subtle and you might not catch it because there's like innuendos laced within his speech. So see if you guys can catch it.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and
Did you guys catch it? If you listen closely, I'll play it one more time because I know that not everybody is like not everybody had a lot of AR points, so some people can't read, especially in between the lines. So I do want to make sure that we get the message here clearly. So I'll play it one more time just so you guys can hear.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and
What was this sermon? What was this sermon about? Can y'all tell me what this sermon was about? Can one of y'all, I know one of y'all out here in the audience is Christian and watch TD Jakes. Can one of y'all tell me what is he talking about? What scripture is this? What is the lecture he's giving here? I'm gonna give him one more time because I'm thinking, in honesty, y'all, I didn't want to admit this. I'm not the brightest person in the world. That's very difficult for me to admit sometimes, but I think it's important for me to say I'm not the brightest person in the world. And so it is very difficult for me to understand things sometimes. It's very difficult for me to have insight and, like really read what people are saying. So I thought if I maybe presented it to you all could help me learn as a community what's going on. So I'll let it play one more time because I do want to understand, and I do think it's important to understand.
swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and
Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah.
Okay, enough TD Jakes. That's all I have. That's all I have on TD Jakes and Simone Biles Husband. Like I said, I'm not here to sit up here and be uppity and judge her husband the prize. We went through some of his accomplishments, and you guys can decide for yourselves whether he's a prize or not. And that's not my place. It's not my place. Who am I to tell a man who wants to, I guess, take a more feminine role? And remember what I said in the beginning of this stream. I am an ally to the LGBT community, and I see nothing wrong, especially with men who want to break gender norms and who want to rest in their feminine, right? Because they said in that interview, you know how we are. We red bones. We red bones. You know us pretty red bone guys. And then he said, "Yes, sir, I'm the prize." There's nothing wrong with a man wanting to be in his feminine. What's wrong with that? Nothing at all. What he needs to do is embrace that, in my opinion. Embrace it. Just say, my wife outperforms me, she out earns me, and she's more excellent than me, I think, in every metric, maybe besides height. Nothing wrong with that. You can rest in your feminine. Let her chase you. She said she liked that. If I remember right, she was like, that was part of the appeal. He didn't know who I was. She likes it. I love it. Why are we trying to stop this man from resting in his feminine and trying to say that he's not the prize? It's not my place to tell anybody that they're the prize or not. It's only my place to look at someone who says he'll stretch her meat and wonder, what is this sermon about? That's what since it's the holiday season and because of your clip of the minister, you must check out Big Frida Nutcracker. Maybe we can check it out in the Discord after this. The Discord is open. It should be in the description of this video and on every video. There's no membership to join, although I do have a membership, and if you join that, there's an exclusive members Discord that you guys get to join. Well, it's in the same Discord, but it's like a chat that's invisible to people who are members. I wouldn't become a member for that because y'all are not in there getting active. Y'all are in there twerking and doing what y'all supposed to be doing. Y'all are very respectful in there, unfortunately. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I just have a respectful chat, unfortunately. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'll look at Big Frida Nutcracker in the Discord after this video. Before the end of this video, I did want to look at what I thought was very important. We've already looked at kind of the I can't show these. Oh. Yeah, I can't show these. I have some memes for you guys, but I can't actually show them because they're very they're not suitable for yeah, sorry, I can't show these to you guys. Maybe in the Discord, it's fine. But anywho, to anyone who's coming in just now, the video's over. We're about to go. I don't know why you're here, but be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. If you'd like to join the Discord, a link is in the description of the video. Probably, I hope. Let me check. Yeah, it is. And our next video is going to be on also the reason this video wasn't very in depth is because I believe I saw someone named Paris Milan, not very familiar with her content, but she made a video on it yesterday. I think Cynthia might have made a video. I can't confirm that right now. Let me check. Cynthia does have a Patreon, by the way, if you guys are interested in that. If you guys would like to support her offline, at least off of YouTube. She's now hosting all of her stuff on Patreon. So what is going on? Oh, okay. I didn't even know I'm a member of her Patreon. I didn't even know I was a member. I was about to join the membership now. When did this happen? Okay, I'm a member there. So she has tiers. She has tiers for everybody. If you just want to, she clipped the video, went in on Mr. Biles. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Paris Milan, but I did see a little bit of her video last night, and I was like, okay, well, they went and got receipts. They went and found this man tweeting about the Olympics 50 years ago before he was born, talking about the Olympics and gymnastics, talking about he don't know about Simone Biles today, but we caught him in 4K. Yeah, they went in on that video. So I was like, what's been said has already been said. Who are Power Bottom? What is this? Explain. Explain yourself.
What do you mean?
You came up to
Oh my
defend
God.
TD. You said you were coming to defend TD Jakes, or you were defending Simone Biles' husband?
I'm not defending neither one of those clowns. What? Oh my God! No one came to see you, Otis. Like,
You don't think that someone can become insecure living in their wife's shadow, especially if we're in a patriarchy and men are conditioned to be the leader, but it's impossible for you to do so in the traditional way because your wife out earns you and outperforms you athletically, has more status than you. You don't think like you don't sympathize with that?
no, not with the way he behaved. You stand in a corner and shut up. I honestly felt like he was like irritated that she was there. I think he wanted to do the interview without her. I think if he said, "Oh, she don't have to be here," he'd be like, "Oh, fine." He would have been okay with it.
You know what's interesting? I didn't realize this until I went and looked at some more of the podcast, but I think how dirty would it be if they invited him to a podcast and said, "Oh, we want to talk about your NFL career and we want to talk about like your highlights and like your amazing plays." And he got there and they were like, "Yeah, so tell us about Simone Biles. Tell us all about Simone Biles. Why? How did you get Simone Biles? Why would she even want to be with somebody like? Can you imagine thinking that someone's actually interested in like your career, which these people on Reddit are describing as mediocre, average, or below average, to the point where his career highlights were just him at practice because he didn't have any because he was on the bench or injured. Can you imagine thinking, so finally someone's genuinely interested in me, and then you go there and they're like, "Oh, thank goodness you brought Simone. Simone, tell us all about your relationship. Simone, tell us about how did you get Simone Biles? Like, how did you meet Simone Biles? How is you two relationship? How's everything going with Simone Biles?" Like, can you imagine that? I would feel insulted if somebody did that to me.
Now I feel irritated that she married him. At first, I was happy till he spoke. Niggas don't know when to shut up.
So somebody pointed out what I would like to talk about in the future. The the microphone effect, or whatever you want to call it. I think I wrote a little bit about it in the description of this video, but I don't understand the microphone effect that seems to have men in a chokehold, where someone seems like loving to their wife and then you give them a microphone and they're like, "Man, I don't even like this woman for real. I'm the prize." I always say that men are awesome and their wives will live in the shadow. Like, I have no idea what is it about putting a microphone in somebody's hand. Like, I'm afraid to grab this. I'm actually afraid to physically put my
It
hands
becomes
around.
a weapon. It becomes
Exactly.
a weapon. And then what trips me out is, and I think in saying all that stuff, I think he really, because I could see the people around him reaction like, "Oh, you done fucked up." I honestly think now he looking back and thinking, "Oh shit, this might be my meal ticket. Who's to say that I get another year or whatever in the NFL?" He plays football, right? And Simone is world renowned. Like, people know gymnasts all over the world. Like, because they go to the Olympics. Football, I don't even think football is an Olympic sport. It's only popular here in America. No one knows you outside of the states, and people in the states don't know you. We like, who are you?
You know what's sad? I looked up, there's something called Google Trends. Basically, it shows you analytical data around what people are Googling at any given moment. You can search how popular is a term, is something growing, shrinking, is interest in it going up, going down, or whatever have you. And I was looking at the term Simone Biles' husband, and apparently it is growing exponentially over the past. Where did it go?
It's two other people like that too. Like, what's his name? But at least I don't think he says any. Well, he did like later with the divorce. What was Mr. Barry's real name? The singer, I forget. Eric Benet. People used to call him Mr. Barry. And people refer to Oprah's husband Stedman. I don't even know his full name. We just call him Mr. Winfrey. But at least he knows to shut up. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm with Oprah." He knows it. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm here with Oprah." He don't say, "Hey, I'm Stedman. I did this." I'm surprised that he even was. He's actually was worth a little bit of money before Oprah. He ain't as rich as her at all, but he wasn't like broke either. He was worth a few million. I was surprised.
Yeah, I'm just again, I don't understand. How do I put this? Oprah, her husband, I don't know if he's come out in like, has he come out and said anything like unusual in the way that Simone Biles' husband has come out and done all this stuff? Or is he like relatively quiet about everything? Or Monique or whoever, like all these people who have amazing careers and have husbands who are eh, like I feel like when the husband just like plays his role, nothing wrong with playing this role. A lot of women play it. Just why not? Why try to make yourself the prize? It feels like you're living in delusion.
That's true. Yeah, you would never know that he worth. That's true. Stedman, you would never know he was worth any money. I remember the show because he was a high school sweetheart or something, school sweetheart, and they reunited on the show. I remember that show, and she stayed with him since then. You know, boyfriend, girl. You know, they never been married. But that's another thing. I don't even know. Like people say, "Oh, we know him, Stedman." But what's Stedman's real name? All I know is Stedman. I don't know nothing else. But I do know. I looked him up. He did play basketball like overseas. He worth like a few, like 6-7 million, but that's nothing compared to Oprah. But when he got with her, that's what he was worth.
Yeah, and
she
I want to
wasn't worth what she
reiterate.
was then.
I want to reiterate. I'm not like downing anyone's achievements, and I'm not saying anyone is not doesn't have accomplishments or anything. It's just like you are in the shadow. Like, unfortunately, if you're not as accomplished as your wife, especially if she's Simone Biles, for example, or Oprah, unfortunately, you are living in your partner's shadow. But people are saying Stedman, Stedman know how to not married. Huh?
No, they're not. No, they're not married. She doesn't want to get married. But when they said beard, I feel that way. I wonder, are they together? I always wonder this. Because I feel like he's a beard. Like, come on, I gotta go somewhere. And I always think it's her and Gail. The reason why I think that it sounds so stupid, but I'll never forget. There's a show when they had Tyler Perry on, and Tyler Perry gifted Gail and Oprah custom made Mercedes or some luxury car. And I'm thinking, how come she didn't give it to her and Stedman? Why her and Gail? Then I thought, yeah, all three of them are gay and they know it. That's what I thought. I'm like, yeah, they know all their secrets. Like, yeah, shh, wink, wink. This is my real, partner. Yeah, man, the sister came out years ago, and they're always together. And she's more happy. She's more happy to be
I
with
didn't
Gail
know.
than she is Stedman.
I'm not going to lie. I had no idea if Oprah or Gail came out or as a couple. I had no idea. If that's true, I actually I would be surprised. Or you're guessing. Also, Purple Lover, you can jump in anytime if you'd like to. We're just chopping it up.
Thank you. She's not saying that they came out, but she's saying, read the room, the undertones are there. The fact that he would give those two the car versus her and Stedman. Because people have known, when you watch the interactions of Stedman's body language and Oprah's body language with one another, you can see the wall that's there. It's not very engaging. You don't see them leaning into each other. Couples will tend to have a very subtle energy where you can see the connection there. There is no connection there, much like my internet has been doing. It's just buffering.
Yeah, because you could tell she knows more. Maybe it could be that she know Gail longer or whatever. But you could tell. You ever see them interact? She could pinpoint or predict, like, oh, okay, let me pass the salt. I know she likes salt. Without her saying their interaction, she can anticipate what she want. I was like, yeah, because you all are lovers. And Stedman just be sitting there lost in the background. They don't even interact sometimes. He just be there quiet. And then just be like, I feel at some point the Stedman is like an accessory, like a purse or something. Like, yeah, people are gonna think I'm straight. Like, come on, Stedman. Come on,
the reason I strongly Mhm.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut across you.
I was gonna
Stem.
say.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the reason I don't personally agree with this opinion. I also don't know them well enough. Like I don't watch them, so I don't know how they interact. But have you guys ever heard of tucking the homies in at night,
Yes, I have,
or
especially
maybe,
from you.
or
No,
maybe,
what does that mean?
or maybe giving the homie a kiss on the forehead, mwah, before bedtime, reading
Are
him a
those the type
bedtime,
of are those
reading
the
him a
type of
bedtime
homies that
story.
go to that barber shop that
So
you put up there?
we're going to pretend what we're going to pretend like is that these homies who just have a good relationship together are gay. I don't believe that. Nope. But y'all are entitled to y'all opinion. I'm not here to change y'all mind.
But one time she made a really. Does anybody remember? She made a crazy statement, and we all looked like, Oprah, that's nasty. That was crazy. She said one time she spent the night, or she was with.
Did it just cut out or is it me?
No, I cut out. But hey, I'm from the team. If you like it, I love it for you. I love that for them that they're getting kisses from the homies.
I love that. I guess since she cut out, I will end with a meme. Since you guys didn't get a lot of those today, we can revisit this old favorite.
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump, please. I'm asking you. Please save me. Please save me. Please get these people away from me.
For context, there are black people outside of his car. They're not like surrounding the car or anything. They're just there in the neighborhood, just kind of sitting on the park bench and stuff.
In dear God's name, please stop these beautiful. They're breaking.
Okay, so what's the tripping? I did see a cop with a gun. Okay.
Told you it would be broken. Yes, sir.
Why would you just sit there and allow them to break out your window rather than allowing it to escalate that far?
I'm not doing anything, sir. I'm a believer in the Lord. I'm the Lord's child. I promise you. Give me
A believer in the Lord, the Lord's child. Christians, explain. Why are
Is
y'all
that the same
praying?
Lord that stretches
God
to me?
said, "Pay God's things to God and Caesar's things to Caesar." He was supposed to obey the law.
Isn't there something about false
Now, power
idols?
bottom, that's too much like right for him to obey laws. That's too much like right.
Isn't there something about not false idols or something? Why are y'all praying to Donald Trump to come save you? What you thought he was going to teleport there from a prison cell?
He can't even save himself. He
You
might
could have.
really go down. It's like slowly but surely escalating. People are like standing up to Trump. He might do time. I'm praying he will.
Y'all know I'm not political at all.
But
I've never had a political thought. If it ain't about stretch your meat, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. But that is good if Donald Trump is being held accountable for actions that he's done in a court of law. I don't think that's bad, and I do support people being held accountable in a court
I
of law.
don't know. You got to be out your goddamn mind if you're gonna vote for somebody who would pick Rudy Giuliani to represent them. No way in hell.
I love this
If
for him. He's praying to the right person. He don't have a relationship with quote unquote God. So he prayed to who he knew he had his imaginary relationship with.
If
I love
Rudy
that for
Giuliani
him.
came to court as my lawyer and I saw that's who they appointed, I'd be like, damn, I'm going to jail.
I'm looking up his
He's
lawyer
praying
now.
to the same place that that Simone Biles Husband is praying to get his accomplishments from.
I looked up his lawyer, and his lawyer is filing for bankruptcy. I'm done with y'all. So, anywho, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate you two for coming up and contributing to the show. Again, nothing wrong with living in your wife's shadow. I don't know why people are like lashing out in insecurity just because they live in their wife's shadow. It's fine to live in your wife's shadow. Embrace it. With that being said, if you haven't already, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you
Patty.
for having us.
Thank you, Patty.
Of course.